지금 다운로드 받으세요.
Two games specifically are going to be very important. I think the Afreeca Freaks, they need to win this before the Ace match. That's my thought.
And one other thing that I actually didn't mention is that they're not using Alive in the lineup today, and I'm not quite so sure why.
Well, you know, Legend is trying, the coach of the team is trying to get a balanced setup. You know, sometimes you get these teams, and they're a little bit too top-heavy. I think this is a series that the Afreeca Freaks can win, but they got to have a broad lineup. Also, you know, Alive has not been doing that well lately.
No, Alive just did amazing at SSL. He went like 8-1.
Okay,
he
never
like
mind.
crushed, and he's looking really good.
No, never
like
mind.
in the last week.
Still, though, I don't know if he's. I don't know. Yeah, maybe you're right.
Maybe they're just trying to
stand corrected.
They're trying to use certain players for certain maps against certain players on CJ,
you got to know
I
that
suppose,
the coach and the players probably know better than we do. I mean, there's got to be some kind of reason. I mean, you look at some of those strats, right? Like what Patience just did back there. Now, I think he can only use that strategy once. You can't be hiding a pylon in the main every time. I mean, that's why you don't see that used that commonly, is because, generally speaking, strategies where if they just know about it, they can stop it, are not something that stays in the meta.
So it's not consistent.
You pull a strat like that, like 1 out of 100 games. But you can see that he clearly had a plan in this case on that map, because, I mean, when you look at that map that we just had there, that's a big map. You have a big main, and nobody's checking in the very, very back of their own
especially
main.
as Zerg, you know, you're not making buildings.
Exactly.
Your creep only goes so far.
Right.
And you're not going to send an overlord to the bottom left location.
Right, yeah.
Because you're scouting out
it's
on the map,
It's way too important to send your overlords out on the map so you can actually monitor the movement, you know, on the big bridge on the bottom.
Yeah.
No, narrow bridge, I guess you could say, as well as the areas at the top of the map. So, I think there might be some special strats coming in here from the Afreeca Freaks and these other matchups as well. Maybe that's why we don't see Alive here in the lineup right now.
Maybe they're going to save him for the Ace match too, because I mean he's a fantastic player. I'd be very surprised if they didn't want to use him for a match this important. Every single match is so important because they need to make it into the playoffs by doing well this round. So let's take a look here at the predictions.
See, I had a tough one. I actually did predict Curious here. I think Bunny's in really good shape, but Curious has just been around for so long. He's so solid. I feel like Curious can kind of beat anybody.
Yeah, I have a thing about voting for Curious where I just don't like to do it. Whenever I do it, it doesn't work.
You have a thing where you just don't like voting?
It's like voodoo, actually.
It's like this hang-up you got?
I have no good reason.
All right, guys, let's get ready for game number 2. All right, in the upper right, in the yellow, he is Bunny. I love that ID. It's pretty cute. In the bottom left, in the purple, he is Curious.
Who has the cutest ID in all of StarCraft?
Tasteless. Easy. Next question. Actually, what is the cutest ID? I don't know.
That was a great answer, though.
It's like my ID's like totally not cute.
I think Bunny's up there.
Bunny's up there. There were a lot of really weird IDs in Brood War.
When cover yourself in blood. That was Zest.
Yeah. There was some other weird. I mean, IDs like Into the Rainbow.
Yeah.
You know, these ideas that kind of didn't. It wasn't bad, but it doesn't quite translate. You know.
Yeah. Like, what exactly does that mean, Into the Rainbow? You're going inside the rainbow?
Slayer's Boxer was a cool ID.
Oh, yeah.
That's just a really out there name. It's long and it's kind of badass. What else was there? There's some IDs, you know, like Artosis is a cool ID because it's like a word. Like there was also Garimto. That's a pretty badass.
I like that name, actually.
I wonder if that's like from an anime or something.
Yeah, is that based off of anything?
I don't know.
Maybe. If someone out there knows, hit us up on Twitter.
You know, I beat Garimto.
You did?
In a $5 match.
Whoa.
When I first came to Korea. That's my humble brag, guys.
You bought yourself half a Subway sandwich.
I bought myself 2 bottles of soju with that $5, man. You better believe
That's
I enjoyed
like 5
that.
bottles of soju, man.
Well, I had to change. I got a pack of gum. I got a pack of Tic Tacs. And yeah. On this map here, by the way, we might have a long game. This has so far been making for some very long games.
Yeah, we see this map a ton in SSL Challenge because everybody just who feels confident in macro games likes to play on it. It's just one of these maps that we've had for a very long time now, and makes these very long, fun games.
Yeah.
So, not really complaining.
So, everybody's thinking Bunny. I'm wondering if maybe I'm wrong here.
Well, you're with Daehyun, the prophet of SPL20.
That's right.
He's been the most consistent voter.
Well, here's the thing. He's actually the false prophet. I'm the one true.
Yeah.
I am the one true nerd, okay? It is written. It is written on the sides of the pyramids, okay?
Yeah.
That there will become a caster who will be so great that he'll become the emperor god of casters. And his name starts with taste and ends with less. That's right.
Was it day 9?
It was day 9. I'm like, not again, guys. You know how often this actually happens to me? That people come to me and they go, "Oh my god," and I go, "Hey man,"
Yeah.
and they go, "Oh, yeah. From Starcraft, right?" And I go, "Oh yeah, yeah," and they go, "Day 9, I'm a big fan of you." This actually happens to me all the time.
Yeah.
I asked my brother, I was like, "Has that ever happened to you? Has anybody ever thought you were tasteless?" He's like, "No."
What? Really?
No.
That's kind of strange, actually. Why do you look like him and he doesn't look like you?
I don't know. It's a good question. It's not fair.
I don't know.
What you need to do if you see D9 is ask him if he's tasteless, okay? That's the only way we can balance this out, okay?
Yeah.
This happened to me. Actually, you know what's even funnier? You know who Fatality is?
No, actually, I don't know.
Oh, he was like the original guy that made a ton of money in esports. He won like Quake, Unreal, everything, man. Oh, is this going to get spotted? Yeah, you actually can see everyone in there and sees that. Nicely done. I was in a club. So Fatality is actually from Kansas City. He lived nearby me, so I used to go to his house and like play in LANs and stuff. He was like Quake God, did Unreal, Aliens vs Predator. He like won cars and stuff.
Whoa. And
I was in a club in Las Vegas, and he comes up to me and I'm like, "Oh my god, it's Fatality." He goes, "Oh my god, it's been so long since I've seen you, Day 9." I'm like, "God damn it!" I'm like, "Not again."
Wow.
Yeah.
The never-ending struggle of Day 9's brother.
Of Day 9's brother. I like that you say it's.
Yeah.
It's not the struggle of.
I don't even know who you.
It's the struggle of Day 9's brother.
It's Day 9's brother.
You know, Day 9's got an older brother who's really loud. He's got a beard. That's like. That's about it.
Nobody really knows who he is.
Nobody really knows. Yeah.
Yeah. They just know he kind of looks like Day 9.
He's doing some weird shit in Korea. Nobody really knows. So going into this game here, we got a drop coming up.
By the way, he did not see the starport, but I think he's got a good idea.
He did see the starport, didn't he?
No. What? No, he only saw the factory in the racks.
I'm sorry. Okay, I stand corrected.
He has a good idea of what's going on, just because, you know, the timing of the factory. He's already producing a lot of lings, even going for a roach horn now for some nice defense. He's really set up. He is like overcommitted to the defense almost here.
Well, we got looks like it's going to be solid defense here for the Zerg. I don't think Bunny's going to be able to get in here and do that much. Oh,
here he comes, the Widow Mine. Trying to split. Oh,
that's fine. If it hits the Queen, that's actually okay. As long as he doesn't lose anything. I was kind of surprised to see Bunny burrow the Widow Mine right when the fight actually started. Because, you know, I mean, it's possible he could end up getting detection over there. But now the Liberators are going to come in, and this is where it gets doubly dangerous for the Zerg, because you're going to have to stop the Liberator with the Queens while still trying to hold off these medevac drops. Now, let's see how good Bunny's multitasking is with this, because Curious has been dealing with this all the way since the beta of Wings of Liberty.
Well, Curious is already preparing for it. He's making 3 Roaches to make 3 Ravagers, which is exactly what you need, 3 Corrosive Vials for 1 Liberator. So he's preparing for this, and he should be ready just in time. Although the Widowmaker, oh my god.
The Widowmaker.
Oh my god, I just did
that. The Widowmaker, isn't that what they call Brennan when he plays Overwatch? AKA the Widowmaker.
That's me, man.
That's right.
I'm the sniper. But the Liberator is coming in here, but he's ready right away. So nicely done on the defense here so far from Curious. Good game so far for him.
Oh, nice transfuse there on the Viking. Viking backing up, just barely gets away in time. You know, so far, not a dent in Curious. And when you think back to all the Curious games you've seen, guys, how many is he actually getting dismembered by drops? He actually almost never loses stuff to drops.
Yeah, not
Am
really.
I right? Think about it.
It's almost like he overcommits to the defense sometimes.
Yeah, he's like really solid in that regard.
Yeah, like he stops building drones earlier and just makes a bunch of lings to make sure he doesn't take any damage, and then he drones up hard when he creates that space for himself. So it's a nice little style that he's got going on.
Ooh, just barely out of range there, and ooh,
what?
That was like so sick.
Yeah,
barely got that away.
You rarely ever see Terrans actually get that out in time.
Yeah,
you know, unburrow and pick up right away. It's pretty fast there by Bunny.
It almost like picked up in the middle of the animation too. I didn't realize you could actually grab it that fast.
Yeah.
And get that out. He's going to drop over here, but there's just too much. And with the corrosive vials coming out, actually hitting his own lings though. Bit of a misplay there.
Yeah, now with Stim and these two medevacs, he can definitely trade a bit. There's not all that much here for the Zerg.
Oh! Oof.
This time he doesn't save the Widowmine, though.
Nope.
And
Bunny's actually committing to the push. Note, this does sync up with his 1-1 upgrades. 1-1 for Zerg, excuse me, is almost finished here. Moments away.
the Queen dies.
Are
and
you
look,
kidding
there's
me?
3 health on this Liberator.
Oh my god, Bunny might just end this game right now.
He lost his third base now. He's losing all of his Queens. And this is just a small group of Marines with 1-1. Thankfully, the 1-1 finished up here for Curious, so he's able to fight this. He's got enough units here, but he has taken some significant damage so far.
Bunny actually getting in the lead right now in supply by a considerable amount. He may regroup and push again as he acquires his 4th base. We have Curious in the center left trying to take an expansion again. Kind of an odd drop position here for Bunny. His army's actually split up. Not sure if Bunny's going to be able to take this out.
Medevacs flying on through. Nothing to see here. Don't pay attention to us. And here come the reinforcements, and Combat Shields is going to be finished
Those medevacs
up.
are empty, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's just trying to
drop.
bait him. Now, this is not normal because you really want the medevacs normally with your army, but he might be able to get the Zerg out of position here. I'm not sure if there's enough here for Zerg to hold on.
Oh, man, this is just way too many Marines with all these upgrades. He has to cancel his 4th base again. Oh, this is not going well for Curious, man.
And he's stimming up. However, Curious has a pretty big army. Bunny needs to be careful not to overcommit in here. Zerg is going for that battle Zerg style, right? A lot of roaches, ravagers. He wants to fight the Terran in the middle of the map and win a fight there. It's not like the Ling, Baneling, Muta where you got a lot of finesse and you kind of catch them when they're on the move. This is a really in-your-face style of play here from Zerg.
Yeah, but he's still struggling here. I'm not sure where this Viking is going, but it is going to die. And here come more and more reinforcements just pouring across the map, and you can tell that Curious, he's trying to hold on. He got a hide, but he can't even make an Ultralisk Cavern. Gets a nice fumble here.
Oh, sick. Nice. Takes out the 2 medevacs. Terran's still trying to push in. Just on the cusp of the Zerg's expansion. I'm not sure. This is actually syncing up really nicely. And this is that battle Zerg style I'm talking about that you see here where they want to fight this, the Terran head-to-head. They have a lot of great utility with these spells they can cast out here where they're not even trading units, they're just killing their opponent's units.
Yeah, now that the Infestors have enough energy here for Fungals, I think Bunny needs to be really careful about how he engages.
Right.
And I like the fact that he backs off and starts going for drops.
Well, it seems like Bunny's approaching this from now on the right way. You want to be dropping a lot because this kind of muscle Zerg style that you see coming out here can't defend everywhere at once. Roaches are not that nimble of units. Nice Fungals, though, over here.
Oh, Bunny's going to take a pretty decent trade as Curious attempts to hold on here, but he can't really. And at the same time, pushing the front is Bunny.
Yeah, we got corrosive vials being shot at here. Artillery landing just in front of the Terran's army. A nice arc, though. Bunny may be able to just break this Zerg here. If he can keep this up, he's got a nice arc. The Ravagers are going to go down, and I believe that means this base is going to go down as well. And that might be a point in the game where the Zerg just cannot recoup. And I think Bunny knows he's just moments away from taking this, and he actually takes out the Ultra Cavern as well.
He's doing everything here. He kills the army, kills the 4th, and the Ultralisk Cavern. Chitinous plating denied. No Ultras were made even. I think that's going to be it. Bunny's just going to push up here and win.
Bunny's got it. Bunny wins this game, and Tasels loses another one of his predictions here in his slow and steady path to the bottom.
It's okay. You're joined by Daehyun.
Yeah, me and Daehyun, man. We had to go on a limb here and predict Curious to win. Yeah, I think that this is the point of no return. The damage is going up right now exponentially here, and Curious taps out. GG.
Nicely done there. Very aggressive style by Bunny. Just getting on top of Curious. Whenever you're on that map as the Terran versus Zerg, you want to constantly deny the 4th base over and over, and that's exactly what he did with that style of play. Very active Terran, was really a treat to watch, and Bunny playing a nice game.
All right, nicely done. Bunny picking it back up for the team. It was not an easy win, but that's going to tie it up right now, 1-1. And I believe we've got Bomber in the next match. Am I correct about that?
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah. Bomber versus Hero.
That's right. That's who I was forgetting, Hero. Now, this is going to be an interesting one. It's definitely one that I think CJ can take? What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, Hero's just one of these really strong Protosses nowadays that it's hard to beat him if you're a high-tier player, but as Bomber, who's not that consistent lately, I think he's definitely going to struggle here a bit.
Yep. Bomber's not in the Bomber era anymore. I mean, there was periods where Bomber was like the guy. He was like the Terran, and it was crazy.
He was going everywhere around the world, you know, picking up tournaments. You know, it was great.
Skydiving with the Red Bull people. You ever see those photos?
Yeah.
Could you ever go skydiving?
No.
I could not do that. I could not. Oh, maybe
I'm
one day I
on the
will.
same page here.
I'm like, you know what, man? I'm one of those guys that has nightmares that like I'll you know.
That you're skydiving?
Die in a plane crash or just like fall, you know, down, you know, some ledge or something.
Yeah, I'm terrified of heights.
Bomber is more man than us, that's for sure.
Jumping out of a plane is very low on the list of things that I want to do personally.
That's right. We are going to go on a short break. When we come back, we'll continue on with our match here in Pro.